here? We are live action, people. Week 7. Couple of quick announcements.
Yes.
Trinity Junction's got some shows. Booking it back out. Bartonville store on March 7th. But it's already sold out.
Really?
Yeah. So
shit, I didn't know you had to get tickets.
We didn't think you'd have to, but like you had to reserve tables and everything is reserved. And we asked them, well, what if someone just shows up? They're like, they won't be let in. Like we're at capacity for the place. So,
see you later, Allie.
So you have another opportunity if you commercial real estaters want to come to the NAOP spring concert event. Will be the opening act. Again, 2 years in a row, 2 years running. That's on April 23rd. Vacancies, 3450 Bethlehem, 27,000 feet on 3.41 acres. I feel like if I say this enough, someone will lease it.
Or buy it.
Zone K Heavy Industrial, call Todd Hubbard. Or D. Gwynn, 1230 South J. Elmer Turner Freeway. I've got 13,000 feet on about a total of 4 acres-ish there. It's probably about 3.5 usable. Call me there on that one. Parkside, we've got a couple vacancies. If you got some smaller tenants, it's 50,000 foot, small bay deal, 5,000 footers. Also, if we would sell that building as well. So call Chase Miller on sale, call Jack Mercer on leasing. And Dividend in San Antonio, 15,494 square feet on 1.41 acres. Call Colin with Lano Realty Partners. Another property that I feel hopefully I say it enough, it'll lease.
Yeah, that one's very surprising.
Head scratcher. Economic calendar this week, we've got initial jobless claims coming out at 8:30 on Thursday. The forecast is not in here. I guess it wasn't updated yet when we did this. Previous was 219,000. Core CPI comes out on Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Forecast is 0.3%, and the previous was 0.3%. All right, the U.S. debt. Will, how many pounds?
26.
Pretty close. 29. 29. Although Elon's out there sweeping it up. I mean, it's crumbs right now. You know, it's kind of crazy when you think $40 million is a crumb when you put on 29. But, you know, he's doing some calorie restriction, you know, with the USAID. What a scam, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what a scam.
I'm like, finally, when we were talking about this morning when I lived in Guatemala, I kind of very briefly interact with them, but I'm happy that people finally realize we have that unit of the government that does these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the general population has no idea what that is.
Well, I mean, how we hope they're doing their job. They're not. That is wild to me.
It's just a money laundering organization.
The Dow Industrials it closed out at 44,303 last week. Change was it lost 241 points. The S&P closed out at 6,025, losing 14.5 points. And the NASDAQ closed out at 19,523, losing 104 points. West Texas crude lost a couple bucks, closing out at $71.87 a barrel, losing $2.59. The 5-year is at 4.34 and the 10 years at 4.5. Those are pretty much unchanged. SOFR's at 4.35. Let's see. Stocks. The leader was REIT Mortgage last week. Real Estate Services were in second. And REIT Specialty third and REIT Industrial fourth. 1 month performance, Real Estate Services is leading. And REIT Industrial is second. REIT Mortgage is third. Term of the week. Go for it, Will.
If you're in the room, you're in the deal.
Yeah.
In the room, in the deal.
In the room, in the deal. Who told us that the other day?
John Muccioli.
Yes. That's right.
He's like, because we were talking about deal. John doesn't work for us. He does a lot of consulting work for us, and he's been a dear friend of mine for a long time. And Jeremy's gotten to know him really well, and he helps us out with odds and ends here and there. And we were talking about a new deal we were looking at. He's like, so in the room, in the deal?
Yeah.
We're like, what are you talking about?
He said that's what brokers think like, or that's what he worked at Edge, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a broker at Edge for a bit. And he said that, as a young guy, if you're in the room with a senior guy,
you're standing there.
Yeah, like you got your hand out, you're in the deal too, right?
Yeah.
So in the room, in the deal.
That is so funny. That was pretty good. In the room, in the deal. Get paid just for being present. Some people get paid for being born. That happens.
Yeah, we run into that a lot, don't we?
We do.
Just happen to come out of the right. Oops.
We're a little early for Versace, but I can try them. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go.
This is Jeff.
Oh. What's happening?
What's up, guys?
Well, football season, it's coming to a close, right? Yeah, what a thud. Ugh.
Gross.
Yeah, I headed home at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah. We were watching it at your dad's house last night. I left at halftime. Oof.
Battle of the trenches, that game was.
Yeah, or the lack of a battle in the trenches. One team just dominated.
Yeah. Philadelphia just ruled offense and defensive lines.
That offensive line for
Rocked them.
Golly, they're big.
Oh, for her. Who?
Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
Their left tackle, 6'8", 365 pounds. And he didn't even play college football.
What?
Played rugby in Australia.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, my.
Could you imagine that guy hitting you with no pads on? And like a rugby guy, there's some big rugby guys, but I'd say the average is probably like 5'10", 170 pounds, right? And then that guy just waxes you.
No, thanks.
Ugh.
When's the first 400-pound starter?
It's not far away. I bet the guy's in college somewhere. That'll happen soon. Might be that kid from DeSoto. He's 400 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Going to Syracuse.
400.
This is unbelievable.
I had a good friend in high school. His dad was, I want to say he was like All-American or he was good. Maybe he was All-Conference for Texas A&M, and he was a guard. And I think like in the 40s or 50s, and he was like a $190.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was just a normal dude. From nowadays standards.
I bet the 190 back then, you looked big, but you probably just had a better diet.
Yeah. He wasn't tall either. He was like 5'11", maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 6 foot, maybe.
I saw Baltimore's a favorite to win it next year.
Already?
Don't understand.
They already got the favorites out?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eagles are third. I don't know who's second, but
who's the I wonder who the draft
Probably Chiefs.
Who's the first round pick? Who's that going to be?
The first pick?
First pick in the draft. First pick, yeah.
Oh.
Where's
I bet my first pick would. I don't know who it is. I don't know who Mel Kiper is.
Who's your first pick?
I don't know who his pick is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's on his website.
Super Bowl winning odds are Kansas City, Baltimore, they're tied for plus 650. Then Philly, then Buffalo.
Who would be your first? I think I don't know how to turn that off. So I don't know. I think I know who your first pick would be, Jeff. Let me guess.
Yeah, guess. I'll write it down here. Even though you can't see that,
I can't. You're gonna go with the quarterback from Oregon.
Oh, I do love him.
Yeah,
I do love him.
but it wasn't him.
It wasn't. I was going with the name. I was going with Shadur.
Yeah. Jeff was hot on him for the Heisman.
I think he's good. I think he's a winner. And then I'll be interested to see how he does with his daddy there. But
yeah, Dylan Gabriel. That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, he's gonna be a good one. He's gonna be.
Then you got Shadur.
So that
is a player.
I think if I'm reading this right, the outside linebacker for Penn State's number one, Abdul Carter.
That guy's pretty good.
He looks like
He's
the Cowboy guy,
Micah Parsons.
He looks like Micah's younger brother or something.
Yeah, he's Micah Parsons part 2. So edge rusher, quarterback. Let's see.
Oh man, you can get Shadur cheap. They've got him at 17.
Oh,
He could be a Cowboy for sure.
a little discount. Discount what you do.
Cam Ward's a good one.
Maybe that's what they're doing. They hired Schottenheimer to see where they could pick up Shadur and make sure they could get him in the draft. And if they get him, then they fire him in a year and hire Dion.
Oh,
Like,
that's a
There you go. There's some sports conspiracy theory.
man, we got a lot of Dallas sports conspiracy theory going around.
Jeff smoked it last week.
Yeah.
You just crushed the shit out of that one, man.
Yeah. Spot on. They are tanking the Mavs.
So much so that Dallas Morning News ran a front pager on it about the speculation.
Oh, there you go.
So now Jeff has spoken into the ether and it's ripping.
I'll have to open a podcast called The Seer.
The Seer.
Hey, just think if it's true, in the same year I predicted the Vanderbilt upset win and the Mavericks moving.
It's Nostradamus of you.
Mm-hmm. I would have got the presidential election wrong. I didn't see Trump winning when he first came out. So
yeah, but did you flip though after the assassination?
No, I flipped after the debate.
Oh.
No, that's not true. I didn't. I still thought Kamala was gonna. Yeah, no, I think maybe it was the first assassination. I kind of started thinking this could happen. So
the Mavericks lost their Instagram account lost 700,000 followers last week.
Wow.
Damn, that's pretty significant.
Over how many followers?
That is.
Hold on.
Did you see that Luka the week before had just purchased a $15 million house?
I went on DCAD. I went on DCAD to go see, and it didn't pull up, but that sucks.
It does suck.
Man,
it's pretty ruthless, isn't it?
It's.
But they kind of have to be because the players get in the way of these things.
Yeah, they've got.
I think they had to do it that way if they were going to do it.
They've got 4.6 million followers, but they lost 700. So they were, I guess, around 5.3 last week. Wow.
That's material.
So when you think about Jerry Jones not owning the Cowboys, would you rather have that scenario where you're looking at the Cowboys leaving Dallas?
That would be wild. That would be.
But I mean, what we're not. They're not the Cowboys. The Mavericks aren't the Cowboys, but they're a distant second, right? They're something.
irrelevant. They're more relevant as of lately within their league. This is like we were talking about
the finals last year.
The Michael Irvin rant. He was, I was telling you about last night. Michael Irvin said, it's been 30 years since we've been to an NFC championship game, and like none of the people even have a third to almost half of the Dallas Cowboys fans have never been alive since we've been good. We've never been good since they've been alive.
That's a very interesting observation.
Kavita didn't even know who Troy Aikman was last night. Who? Kavita, Jack's girlfriend. She's like, I don't even know who's Troy Aikman.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's wild.
He makes beer.
Yeah.
He's on the salad to go billboard.
Yeah. He's watching the macros. He's the guy watching the macros. It looks like he just got a tan. So, well, Dallas sports in upheaval right now. We'll see what happens. Well, Jeff, what did you hate about real estate last week?
Yeah, I thought about this, and I was pursuing a few deadbeat landlords, and I think I hate the way. I hate the way that leasing commissions are paid.
Okay.
As a landlord, selfishly, I think leasing commissions should never be paid until the tenant takes possession of the building.
Yep.
Because in the world we live in of Class B and below property, there's a lot of variables that can cause tenancy to be obstructed.
Yep.
And I think there's a pretty decent argument that we'll just pay the whole fee when they move in and they have a CO, and any sort of explosive ending is out of reach. So as a landlord, I like it that way. I think as a tenant rep or a leasing agent, I think I could get comfortable with that. But what I don't like is when basically they sign the commission agreement and then some people want to continue to negotiate the payment of it after the deal's done.
Yeah. How's that work? Because you already signed the agreement. It's like it's done.
I know, but they signed the agreement. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to sue me?
Yeah.
I had a big deal one time in 2009, and I really needed the money, right? Because that year was tough. 10-year lease, 80,000 feet. Got the deal signed, and I called the landlord. Said, "Hey, I need to get the first half. It's been 45 days." He goes, "Yeah, I'm just going to have to pay you month to month." I was like, are you, what? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Sorry. I don't have any money right now. So, yeah, no, that sucks. But I think maybe the biggest thing is I think when they take possession, I think you should get paid. So I hate that. And then I really hate this term, active involvement on renewals.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what it means.
I had a landlord install active involvement in being the procuring cause one time. And I was like,
oh,
so procuring cause, does this mean that you're going to cold call them as hard as I am on the renewal? And if you procure it, you don't pay me?
Well, as in, like, they had to approach them, and that's supersede. Like, if they started talking to them on month 12,
yeah,
I have to stop in on month 11.
Yeah, or the vice versa. If they got in on month 11 and I show up month 12, and it's up in month 15, he's the procuring cause.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
why don't you just tell me you're not going to pay me?
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you.
I mean, you talk to them every month. They pay you every month. You'll have a transaction every month. So,
But
I mean, I think the origin of renewal fees and really real estate commissions come from the insurance agency.
Mm-hmm.
The way that insurance agents get paid.
yes.
And I mean, Will, you could speak to that, right? I mean, you lived that world.
Yeah, no, the whole thing is
What's the history of insurance fees? I mean, how do they get paid now? What do you think you know about the history?
I don't know much about the history, but basically, depending on the carrier, it's like 10 to 15% of the premiums you pay is commission.
Mm-hmm.
So if you pay $1,
no, do they get paid more? Do they get paid more to switch you to a new carrier?
They can.
It's the first. Is the first deal incentivized to get them the deal?
Yes, because I still work some, and the carrier that insures the client right now paid me larger on the new business than they did on the renewal. So you can be motivated to move. But in this case, the carrier that this guy's with is the best. Like he should not move. It would be not in his best interest. But if you're not doing your fiduciary and you just move him around.
Now, do insurance agents have fiduciary duty?
They do. But
to who? The insured or the insurer?
To the insured. If they're a direct agent, as in like they work at Allstate, they have a duty to the company. Mm-hmm. They don't have a duty to you.
Yeah.
But if they're a broker and they shop you to the market, right? Hey, Jeff, Jeremy, we talked to 30 companies. We got 6 quotes. Here they are. Their duty is to you.
Yeah.
Theoretically. So, and typically new business is more and renewals are less.
Yeah.
And
well, when I got in the brokerage business, that was it. I mean, it was the first deal you got 100%, and then the renewal you got 50%.
In the insurance business, sometimes too, though, even the house splits, new business, you get very aggressive house splits. And on renewal business, they water it down pretty high. So you got a double kind of waterfall there. So the agent might be.
I think maybe we should do the opposite. Like our house splits ought to be more aggressive on renewals because people just tend to let them go.
Yeah. It's the easiest customer. You already have them. You already did a transaction with them. You should be able to capture.
Well, I don't know why, but I bet our retention on renewals. What do you think, Jeremy? 50%? Even if you rub their belly every 6 months?
Probably.
Damn,
that's the number I'm going with.
It's a lot of leakage.
Yeah. Well, you have people go out of business. You have people sell their business. When they sell their business, it tends to go to the relationship the new business owner has.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
We're selling.
Anyway,
we'll introduce you to the new guys.
He's got a guy.
Yeah. He's got a guy.
Anyway, what do you hate, Jeremy? What do you guys hate about real estate this week?
Last week I had a tenant send me a demand letter on a roof issue that they said they were going to default me on. And I checked.
Now, do you have, can in your lease, can the landlord go to in default?
There's nothing they can do. They can just say you've been a bad boy, I guess. So anyways,
I guess it would. Okay.
I had to circumvent them, and I found a checkmate bitch clause on them and got them. Mm-hmm. And they called me. They go, well, we figure we should just pick up the phone because we want to avoid a lawsuit. And I said, sending a letter from your attorney is how lawsuits start. So I guess for me, I just hated that. And then they couldn't even read the lease right. I think they thought they were responsible for the roof after a certain date. And I was like, I'm responsible for it the whole term of the lease. You can be responsible for it if you'd like. So, but it just a bunch of, I guess I hated the fact that someone couldn't just pick up a phone, call somebody, had to go send an attorney email, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's pretty bush league. And they're not a small corporation.
Mm-mm. Yeah, they're a pretty big outfit. So, but yeah, that's what I hated last week about real estate.
Okay.
Tennis.
That's hateable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess we'll have to find some rando sports to talk about next week, but I'm sure there's always something. So,
I mean, we could do. We got the March Madness coming up. Will, are you a basketball?
Yeah, I'll get on that.
yeah, I like that. Little March Madness right around the
Or
corner.
do like Big 12 basketball?
Yeah, do the Big 12 tourney. Big 12.
Mhm.
Went to a Tech game the other night. It was pretty fun.
Who they play? Baylor?
Played Baylor.
Oh, that was the game where they had like total meltdown because somebody got ejected, right?
No, that was the previous game. So this game was super hype. Like all the fans were all pumped up.
Yeah.
Coach got kicked out.
It's their equivalent of the Cactus with the Texas Tech Raiders with TCU.
Yeah. Someone called him.
What? Who's the coach at Tech?
It's Grant McCaslin.
Oh, okay, he's an Irving High guy, right?
Irving High. Tigers, baby.
Mm-hmm. Irving High has shot out some coaches.
Irving High, and Irving overall has produced 2 of the last 3 Texas Tech basketball coaches.
Right. It's insane.
Chris Beard, Irvingite, South Mac.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Freaking off.
mm-hmm. So we saw
He's at Ole Miss now.
Yeah, we saw Grant after the game. He's like, "Well, tell everybody in the Crooked Eye I said hello."
So funny.
Yeah,
That's still a thing.
it is. So,
All right, y'all have a good
man.
week.
We'll see
ya.
you later.
See ya.
All right, you got some news, Wilbur?
Yeah. You want to start off with a bang?
Yeah.
Little Donnie T.
Okay.
Trump wants to end a popular Wall Street tax break. What to know about the carried interest loophole?
Is he going to get rid of that?
He's fighting. He wants it done.
Oh, why? He's
I
benefited from it.
don't know. So President Trump has renewed calls to end a popular Wall Street tax break. The carried interest loophole refers to favorable tax treatment for certain compensation received by private equity, venture capital, and hedge fund managers. Investment fund and general partners pay long-term capital gains on carried interest for more than 3 years. So that's currently going into the agenda. Basically, it's kind of a little bit of a cash grab, sounds like. Trying to penalize people like us who are potentially high income earners.
So the loophole is that we would pay,
Our tax bracket gets cut in half.
well, we pay ordinary income on promote dollars. Is that the loophole?
Yeah, that's what they're trying to force is, yes.
You've heard it here first, everyone.
Yeah.
Our portfolio's for sale.
So originally the proposition was to kick it out to 5 years.
Yeah. If you held it for 5 years.
Yeah, and then you get the tax advantages.
Yeah.
But now it seems like bye-bye. Adios.
Mm.
So, and it's a bipartisan deal. Both sides of the aisle are on board. So,
They need to couple that with banning stock trading for all themselves then too.
yeah, immediately.
Yeah, that comes with it.
And I want like real shit. Like if you come from a business, not even just the stocks, you are the CEO and or had a majority, like some control rights in a business, you can't touch shit there at all. And there better be a dude in that place from Doge making sure you can't talk.
Yeah.
There's no influence. Critics of carried interest argue that earnings should be treated like wages, taxed at regular income tax rates, rather than receiving preferential capital gains treatment. I'm not sure if this plays into real estate, though. It just says VC and private equity. So I knew you wouldn't like that one. So we'll
like that one.
we'll have that posted in the show notes. Number 2, Treasury has used more than 60% of its debt cap special measurements. has roughly 133 billion remaining as of February 5th. Basically, they've got some stopgaps that they can put in place besides cash in order to pay our interest due on our debt. So we are running out of money, people, and fun levers to pull.
Well, that's why Doge is cleaning house.
Yeah, the argument there is that there's really not as much corruption as, like, there is corruption, billions of dollars, potentially tens of billions.
But not enough to, it's like a drop of water in the ocean.
Correct. And that's what also people are saying about the tax issue with PE and VC people. They're like, okay, this is kind of just a headline. It's a drop. What's used by CNBC is it is a drop in the bucket. Like, you're not going to make a material change.
Right.
So yeah, country is getting into a little bit of a dire strait. Looks like, and then moving on, looks like Elon Musk has moved, I think a lot of people already knew this, Doge into the CFPB. They bought the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Okay, what does that do for him?
Basically, that is a bureau that monitors a lot of credit and consumer related issues. So they lobbied and/or forced a lot of credit card companies to kind of not have predatory lending and all that. So where people don't know what they're signing up for. I can see that being a positive, but basically Doge is saying, hey, there's redundancies here from other departments like SEC, FDIC, don't need you. A lot of people are also very critical. That is kind of Senator Elizabeth Warren's personal bureau, because she lobbied to form it and kind of spearheaded all that. So they've moved in there like they have with the USAID, and looks like that's kind of next on the chopping block. He's infiltrated. There's 3 people on the advisory board now.
Nice.
So that might be coming down to as well. And then and then Hunt Realty. No, not Hunt Realty, but the Mavericks owners came out and basically, there is no question at the Mavs' first home game since the trade on February 8th against Houston, Dumont told the Dallas Morning News, and there's no question in that the answer unequivocally, I can't say that word. The Dallas Mavericks. Yes, that. The Dallas Mavericks are the Dallas Mavericks. They will be in Dallas. I doubt that, man.
What else are they going to say? Yeah, we might move them. Duh. Like, whatever. That's not even. That's. I got something here. I thought this was interesting. Do you know Topher Stevenson?
Yes.
Abadikian's guy?
He works for Brandon.
He's really into AI.
Super into AI.
And I'm really into AI. I want to get more into AI. Anyways, he put a post up. Said, here's what commercial real estate roles will become more or less valuable in the next 1 to 3 years in light of AI advancements. According to ChatGPT's most powerful model, 01 Pro, to do this, I asked 01 Pro to perform a deep search on the latest news and AI advancements, how it will impact jobs, the economy, industries, and etc. I then asked it to analyze and research and predict whether these common roles will become more or less valuable over the next few years as a result. Do you agree or disagree with the analysis? You ready for this?
Yeah.
It's funny because there's only one category that becomes less valuable. Commercial real estate attorneys, they'll become more valuable. And the rationale is complex transactions, nuanced regulatory issues. Zoning, environmental require human expert judgment, while routine contract drafting may be automated. High-level negotiation and risk management remain indispensable. Commercial real estate developers will become more valuable. AI-driven tools enhance site selection, permitting, and construction scheduling, while routine feasibility studies may be automated, and developers who excel in design vision, capital structuring, and creative deal-making will gain a competitive edge. Commercial property managers will become more valuable. AI-powered building systems, predictive maintenance, tenant chatbots. We're already using a tenant chatbot.
Yes.
Streamline operations. Skilled managers who can interpret the insights and oversee tech-driven processes will be critical to maintaining tenant satisfaction and asset value. Commercial real estate appraisers will be stable, mixed. Automated valuations can handle standard properties rapidly, but complex or atypical assets will require human expertise. iOS. Commercial real estate analysts and underwriters, stable, shifting. Routine financial modeling and data crunching are increasingly automated. However, human analysts remain the vital for stress testing assumptions, scenario planning, and interpreting nuanced market dynamics that go beyond the algorithmic inputs.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Commercial real estate asset managers will become more valuable with AI-enhanced portfolio tracking, performance forecasting, and risk assessment. Asset managers combine the financial acumen with tech-savvy insights, can optimize returns, and reposition assets effectively. CRE marketing and research specialists will become stable, mixed. Generative AI can produce market reports and streamline data collections. Nonetheless, specialists who can interpret data, craft tailored strategic messaging. Construction project managers, stable, slightly more valuable. AI tools improve scheduling and cost estimations and safety monitoring in construction projects. However, human coordination, on-site leadership, and complex problem solving remain critical to successfully managing large-scale developments. Leasing specialists, tenant reps, landlords, stable, less valuable. Routine leasing tasks such as basic comps, property marketing, and tenant matching are increasingly automated, and those who focus on complex negotiations and building long-term relationships will still be valued, while transactional role faces pressure.
Sure.
So I think the street broker makes it in a way versus transactional account managers.
So you're big guys who have a ton of footage for leasing, and that's 80% plus of their income threatened.
Yeah, it could be. Commercial real estate owners and investors will become more valuable because investors and owners benefit from AI-driven analytics that provide real-time market insights, improve risk assessment, and dynamic pricing models. These tools can optimize asset performance yield, making tech-adaptive investors, owners seemingly more competitive. I think that's fine, but I think the value creation is going to get compressed because of the data. And the final category that I skipped over because it was actually the second one, which is came in as the less valuable. Commercial real estate brokers. Many routine tasks such as lead generation, property marketing, initial comps, and increasingly automated brokers must pivot to offer strategic advisory and relationship-based services to remain competitive.
Summit Hogue, it was a guy who will last because he's so niche and knows the complexities of that industry.
Yeah.
But I think if you are not kind of getting granular, like him and his guys, I see that. Like if you're a generalist,
just get waxed.
Yeah. Because like that dude knows that group, his guys now, not just him, but everybody in that business knows who they are.
Yep.
Because that's all they do.
Yep.
So, but is this assuming that the barrier of entry to the data remains constant with CoStar running a monopoly?
I wonder if CoStar becomes more or less valuable. I would say less, right?
Well, maybe depends on what they're doing now with AI. Like, are they just going to beef up and then...
I mean, couldn't you just go to ChatGPT and say, can you give me a list of warehouses in a 1 mile radius?
Do it now.
Okay.
See what happens. Oh, don't do it here because there's no warehouses within a mile of here. But do like 10 miles.
No, you'll have too many.
True. Yeah, hit Louisville and the whole city will just dump on you.
I did a 1/4 mile, 9208 Chancellor Row, Mercer Metals building. Live action, people. Let's see. Boom.
You do like the whole Rogan thing, and then Bella can pull up the TV, see what's going on. Oh no.
And we're done. Yep. There you go.
Is Terminator over there on your computer?
Yeah. Skynet Judgment Day.
All brokers will die.
It even pulled some. It says, please note that while 8319 Chancellor Row and 9009 Chancellor Row are over 50,000 square feet, they are slightly outside the quarter-mile radius you specified. The other listings are within close proximity, but do not meet the 50,000 square foot criteria. For more detailed information on added listings, you may consider consulting a local commercial real estate agent and online commercial property database.
Wow. See? Well, the whole open AI and all that, like it's open source.
Yeah.
So if CoStar becomes open sourced, they become, I'd say, immensely valuable because the volume of data that they currently house is better than none.
Yeah.
But the gates in which to access them are expensive, unruly, and monopolistic in characteristics. Suck it. Well, I mean, right? Like you can't have... You can't build anything around their platform. It's just you either live in it or you GTFO.
Yeah.
So I could see it breaking both ways.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, shit's about to get turned upside down, dude.
If you're not using AI in your business, you're getting left behind. You need to be using it at all times.
It's so funny. I had a broker push back on me on, I forget whether it was a PSA or a lease contract. And it was a minor amendment about like either not kick out clause, but like cleaning the space up, like decommissioning it. Yeah, I can't remember. I was like, oh, we'll just go to ChatGPT and put that in it because that's not like structurally critical. We just need bullet points here. Dude freaked out. Well, no. Call your attorney, man. I'm like, the work that he does is going to cost me $200.
More than that.
Well, Stuart, if we're going to talk about him, it'll be done fast, but it's $200.
Okay.
Right? Or I go to ChatGPT and get a very similar result because what I was looking for is not something custom tailored. It's more or less just, it was like bullet points and just dress it up in some legal description, right? Like I don't think like,
right.
Thus there, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
This dude was like, no way, you can't do that, man. That's liability. I'm like, it is not. So I did it anyway.
I mean, it's our document.
Yeah, I signed up for it.
If you were doing it for other people, that's like practicing law without a license.
Yeah, but it's for us.
It's for us, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck out there this week, guys. I hope you make it. I hope the T-1000 doesn't take you over.
T-1000?
Terminator.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, hitting my limit of knowledge. I've seen them, but not.
You've never seen the Terminator series?
I have.
Oh,
no. I have. No, that was big calories.
We can still be friends.
But you caught that like what in your teens?
Yeah.
So like that is like foundational to your teenage boy years.
I remember seeing Terminator 2 in the movie theater in the summer. That was cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's when I could go to movies without my parents. I didn't see Terminator 1 in the theater. Saw it
at home. Did you go to Blockbuster and go rent a VHS?
Probably. All right. We'll see you next week.
See ya.